All right. Great job, everybody. That was absolutely beautiful. Good morning, and thank you all for being here, whether you are tuning in live and you embraced the rain I hear that's pretty crazy over there, or whether you are joining in from and through the technological world like me. Thank you for welcoming me back and inviting me to share in service with you in this way. I'm grateful. There is an undeniable weight in the collective right now. Not only are we navigating our own personal challenges and, just daily life experiences, but we're also witnessing and feeling deeply the impact of many of the events that are taking place in the world around us. The pain, the fear, the chaos that we witness arrives instantly, straight through our screens, right? Doesn't matter where we are in the world, it comes right to us. It comes right into our homes, right into our minds, right into our hearts. Humanity is currently carrying so very much, and we have been for quite some time, often more than we would like to speak aloud, or maybe even sometimes would like to admit. Individually and collectively, there is so much unprocessed grief and sadness, anger, uncertainty, all these emotional aspects of fear. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, nearly 1 in 5 adults in the United States is living with an anxiety or depression disorder. And it's not just the adults. Over 1 in 9 children have been diagnosed with anxiety or depression or both. And globally, 1 in 8 people are living with a mental health condition. Now, these statistics are obviously alarming, but they show us that these aren't just our personal struggles. They are part of our shared collective reality. Now, our nervous systems were designed with an incredible capacity, but most of us were never taught how to support them. We weren't taught how to process this much, this fast, this often. But our nervous systems were built to heal. They were built to adapt and to evolve beyond what we once thought was possible. And as we grow in our awareness, that healing begins to happen. And that weight that so many of us are feeling right now, it's not a sign that, humanity is doomed and humanity is broken or flawed, or there's something wrong with us. It is a sacred message that something is out of balance. It is a signal that something within us is wanting to be acknowledged, to be felt, to be remembered, and it is making itself known through the presence of discomfort and unrest and through chaos and overwhelm and dis-ease. It rises in the body and the mind, and it is asking for our attention. It is speaking very loudly. But it's not here to punish us. It's here to guide us back to our center. And so, what many call stress or anxiety, there are so many different diagnoses in which we categorize, try to fit into boxes. I see as a spiritual symptom of disconnection. Disconnection from ourselves, from spirit, from source, from one another, from the rhythm of life that we were never meant to fall out of step with. And I believe in this time of rapid change that this loud calling, it's a time for us to listen, to turn inward, to soften, to slow down, especially when the world is consistently speeding up and seemingly requiring that we speed up right along with it. In this culture that we live in that distracts and disconnects us from our center at every turn, it becomes vital, revolutionary even, to return to the ancient wisdom that guides us back to our center, to that sacred space within us, where we remember who we truly are, not separate, not lacking, but divine expressions of God in form. In Michael Singer's book, The Untethered Soul, he explains that every emotional experience that we have, that we either resist or avoid or cling to, doesn't just pass through us as it was intended, but it stays with us. And it becomes what ancient yogic traditions call a samskara, which is an imprint left on the energy body. Now, these imprints, they don't just sit still, they rise and rise again and again, triggered by moments that mirror the original pain or pleasure, because a samskara can be from both. We hold on to pleasurable experiences as well. And these samskaras, they really shape how we feel, how we think, how we perceive ourselves, how we perceive others, whether we stay open or we guard and protect ourselves. One moment of heartbreak, one fear, one betrayal, if left unprocessed, becomes the lens in which we live through. And over time, these samskaras, these unprocessed samskaras, begin to accumulate. And they don't just cloud our perceptions, they burden our nervous systems, keeping us reactive and guarded and disconnected from our natural inherent state of peace, our center. And so it's no wonder that so many of us are living with diagnoses like anxiety and depression and chronic stress. But the good news is that through presence, especially through the breath, we can begin to learn to loosen the grip that they have on us. When we breathe with awareness, what we call conscious breathing, we're not pushing anything away. We're not clinging anymore. We are expanding. We are rising our vibration. We are making space for whatever is lodged in us to rise, to move, to be purified, to be cleansed, and to be released. And so the breath becomes this bridge that guides us to the space within where truth and peace and inner guidance live. It is a tool for deep remembering and a pathway toward our evolutionary freedom. Now, these truths were long considered speculative or intangible even, but they are now recognized by science. Hallelujah. So science is affirming that ancient traditions embody a deeply intelligent design. Research from institutions like Harvard and Stanford and the HeartMath Institute are now confirming what ancient traditions have known all along, that conscious breathing activates our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest state, our rest and restore state, that state that we activate with our nervous system where regenerative, restoring healing takes place. Stanford research scientist Dr. Emma Seppala says that with just a few minutes of slow, steady breathing, the body's stress response calms and emotional resilience improves. So this emerging science reflects the profound wisdom that is woven into nature, woven into the very essence of our being, showing us that healing is both a natural process and a spiritual journey. A Course in Miracles, which is a spiritual psychotherapeutic mind training that is designed to awaken us to our oneness with God and with love, reminds us that all healing is essentially the release from fear. And so it is in this state that we cultivate through conscious breath work, meditation, silence, calm, grounded, we become open, that healing begins. The body softens, the mind and the heart begin to operate in a state of what we call coherence, balance. Our intuition, no longer blocked by fear, begins to rise up naturally. And we begin to notice, we may get these tiny glimpses here and there, but we do begin to notice and feel. Peace is our natural state. Love is actually what we are. And we begin to realize that healing is not something that we must earn or strive for or create, but rather it is something that we allow when we release and we remove the barriers to truth. As Unity Minister Eric Butterworth said, you can never be separated from your divinity, only unaware of it. And Jesus, our brother and way shower in truth, said that you are in the world, you are not of it. So this is the reminder. While we may live through chaos and uncertainty and fear, our essence, it remains untouched, it remains unshaken, it remains whole, unfazed, and in a constant state of eternal bliss. And so the world may pull at us in many directions, but there is a place within us that the world cannot touch. And the breath becomes our way back to that place. Breath is medicine. Breath is deep remembering. It's what we were born knowing and what we have forgotten in the noise of modern life. And I just want to highlight really quickly here that this forgetting isn't accidental. There is a force that is deeply felt, not always visible, that resists the awakening unfolding that is happening within each and every one of us. But this inner tension between fear and love, between forgetting and remembering, is not anything new. It is echoed through humanity for ages. Scientist Greg Braden says, when we preserve our divinity, and side note, I believe we preserve our divinity through these practices, meditation, breath work, scientific prayer, sitting in the silence. He says, when we preserve our divinity, we preserve our humanness. That is how we win this battle between light and dark. Because when we remember who we are, when we awaken to the truth of our divine nature, we reclaim a steady, quiet kind of power. Not the power that the world defines it as, like controlling and manipulative, but the kind of power that love holds, unshakable, unbounded, creative, and free. And the more that each of us individually awakens, the more that the old systems built on fear and separation and control begin to loosen their grip and they begin to crumble. So every time that you pause, every time you soften, relax your nervous system, and you choose to remember your wholeness, you're not just healing yourself, you are anchoring peace into the collective field. And Dolores Cannon, who was this incredible speaker, writer, author, and a self-trained hypnotist that took people to some of the deepest states that our brainwaves could go, she said, the ones who are prepared to see these changes that are unfolding and not crumble in fear will be the pillars on which others will lean when nothing makes sense to them. So your healing is never just for you. It ripples and it reaches and it steadies the world in unseen ways. Even in what is seeming to be our most darkest hour, the light that we cultivate within us can become a lantern for someone else's path. And so this is a really powerful way that we can choose to be of service to humanity, to be the calm in the chaos and the love in the noise. And so today, I'm here to help you remember. I'm here to help you remember your breath and your center and your peace, and to remember that it is not far away, that it lives right here, right within you, just beneath the desire to cling, just beneath the noise of the fear and the distraction. There is a steady, guiding presence within you that is forever waiting to guide you home to eternal bliss. So let us open to it together by breathing together. Find a nice, comfortable position, a seated position that supports a straight spine. So maybe uncrossing the legs if they are crossed. Begin by gently closing your eyes or fixing your gaze at a spot in front of you. Allow your body to settle here. Let your hands rest on your thighs, at your sides, maybe even coming into a mudra, a hand mudra, if that feels comfortable for you today. Settle into this moment. There is nothing to do right here and right now. There is nowhere to be except here. And now begin by simply noticing your breath, noticing the inhales and the exhales. Bring all your awareness to your breath. Let each breath slow down just a little. We're going to be breathing together in a way that soothes the nervous system, bringing the body into its natural rest and restore state. This practice is simple and it is gentle, and I invite you to only go as deep as feels necessary and right for you today. We're going to be inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And it's going to look a little bit like this. We'll be inhaling through the nose for a count of 4, and I will guide those counts. And then when we exhale, we'll be pursing through the lips, just like you're about to drink through a straw, so you can slowly exhale the breath out of your mouth. And we'll be doing that for a count of 6. So wherever you are right now, take a nice breath in. Now purse your lips like you're about to drink through the straw and just exhale all the air that you have within you. And at the bottom of this exhale, we're going to inhale here through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Purse the lips, exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, inhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Purse the lips, exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, inhaling through the nose for 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Exhaling through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep it going. Inhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Purse the lips. Exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, breathing in through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A couple more rounds here. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again, 3 more times. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth slowly for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Inhale, biggest breath through the day of the day. 3, 4. And exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Gently allow your breath to settle into its own natural rhythm here. Just take a moment to notice and feel the aliveness of your body. Feel the openness of your heart that you've just cultivated. Maybe bring a gentle smile to your face. I'd like you to bring to mind that the truth that you are not doing this practice just for you. Every breath that you've taken, every softening, every release, no matter how small or large, has rippled outward into the field. Because we are not separate. Your stillness brings stillness into the collective field. Your peace becomes part of the peace that others can touch. Just by remembering your center, you open and create a pathway for helping others to remember theirs. With the eyes still closed and your awareness within, breathing gently, let this awareness expand. This awareness that you're not breathing only for yourself. You breathe for your family, for your community, for anyone in the world who feels overwhelmed, in pain, or disconnected in the world. You can imagine your breath as light, reaching those who need it. You can quietly offer peace and maybe a message saying, "You are not alone. I am here. I am here." Let's rest in that field of peace for a moment here together, taking 1 minute in the silence. When you're ready, bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Feel the steadiness here. Feel the light. silently offer gratitude, gratitude for your breath, for your presence, and for the unseen ways that this moment contributes to collective healing. When you are ready, you can slowly open your eyes, returning gently back into the room, into your space. It is my sincere hope that this breathwork practice today will inspire you. Inspirato, it breathes inspiration into you, to the spirit within you, for you to practice some form of conscious breathing every day in your own lives. May your breath be a guide, guiding you to remember your stillness, to trust your inner stillness. And may it be a sacred gateway, a doorway back to your center. Know that it is here for you in every moment. You take it with you wherever you go. Thank you so, so very much for your time today. The skies must have heard our release because now it is raining here. Thank you all. I'll see you again soon. Namaskar.